So I put a picture of the little Christmas hats that I made for my Christmas tree. I made pink ones because I just had that in mind as looking nice on that tree. But you can obviously make them in any colour. And I thought I would come and show you how I made them because they're really, really easy. So what you will need are some cotton balls, but these aren't essential. What is essential is you need a bit of a toilet roll, or you can use the inside of wrapping paper. You know how you get the cardboard bit inside, so just cut strips like so, which is what, that's about an inch and a half. And then you need some wool. I am just on the last bit of my wool, and that's pretty much it, other than I use cotton thread to hang them on the tree. This is one in a different type of wool that I've done. But that was my first one and I didn't really do it properly. So the first thing you need to do is get your wool and wrap it around something about this size. This is a little bit bigger than A5, but it's about like a little A5 book, like a little diary or something like that, just because it's about the right size for the wool. And then you're going to get your wool and put it at the back of here. It doesn't really matter which way you wind it, it just means you waste less if you start at the back and at the bit where you're going to cut, and then just wrap it around the book. Now I do this 20 times and that is about one hat, but this is very, very thick wool I'm using. This wool, I don't know what the name of it is, but it's really, really thick, and what I like about that is it's much quicker. So all you do then is get your scissors and cut along this edge. And then you've got your strips ready to start. So that's your strips of wool. Then you take your little pre-prepared bit of toilet roll, take one of the strips and fold it in half. And then I would put the loop on the outside, so from the outside, put that in and then just loop it through like that. It's so simple. And you just do that all the way around. So it doesn't matter, again, if you put it around the outside, you know, if you put the loop on the outside like that or the loop on the inside. I just find, again, it makes a neater edge than if you've got that lump on the outside. And it's actually quite therapeutic, this. I find it therapeutic anyway. And I've made, this will be, I think, number 8 or maybe even number 9. So I think out of a 100-gram ball of wool, you can make 8 or 9 ornaments, if you like. Christmas tree decorations, you can make 8 or 9, maybe even 10 if you didn't put as much on, because I overpacked some of them, I think. And then you just do this all the way around. If you were using thinner wool, such as this, I made one with this as well, you can see it's a lot thinner. You can do, you know, you could use 3 strands at a time, so just take the 3 together and bend them over and use them as one, and that will make it a lot quicker to do, but it still works perfectly well. Okay, so that's you finished. So you could see I needed 20 strands, about 20 strands of wool to make that. But if you are using the thinner wool, the normal double ply wool, that will be, you'll probably need 60, you'll probably need 3 times as much. So you've got it all around the edge. All you do now is you tuck them in and push them through the other side like so. Tuck all the strands through. Great thing about this is you don't need any special tools, you don't need any special skills. You know, anybody can do it. You don't need a sewing machine, there's no sewing at all. It's so easy, like children can do this, I think. Just make sure you've got all your strands straight. Okay, now for the cotton wool bit. Like I said, I don't think you necessarily 100% need this. It just kind of packs it out and makes it look a bit more hat-like, I guess. But I have done one without it and I can barely tell the difference. So you just push a piece of cotton wool into the base of the hat there. And then what you want to do is lie it down like so, and make sure these are all straight. And then take another piece of wool or thread or anything at this stage and put it a little bit away from the edge there. And this is when it starts to look like an actual hat, and you're just going to tie this around it. So just tie that really tight, and you can see it's now starting to look like a hat. I'm just going to tie a knot in this. Actually, this would be nice. I'm just going to leave that and use that as the instead of the cotton, to hang it on the tree, because the cotton's a bit fiddly. Then what you need to do is trim your bobble hat. So just get that and some scissors and just trim it. So I normally just take a big chunk off and then sort of flatten it out and see how it's looking. And then you can sort of trim it into a nice round shape. And there you have a bobble hat tree decoration. And like I said, you can do it in any colour, and I'll show you the one with the other wool on it. So this is the one using just the double ply wool. So you can see the difference in size. They're a bit bigger with the thicker wool, but just as nice. Then all you need to do is just tie a knot in that bit of string. This would have been easier doing it this way all along. I was actually separately tying thread on them, and then that's it, ready to go on the tree.